Hello guys, welcome to my latest video. So in today's video I'm bringing you another tasty piece of software. This time around is Ps1. So Ps1 is basically a PlayStation 1 source engine that was ported into PC with several upgrades and several fixes. So it's the PlayStation 1 Doom for PC, which is quite unusual and unique. I know that nowadays you can obviously play Doom using other very modern engines, such as GZ Doom or maybe Syndronum, but this is a completely different thing. This is, as I told you already, it uses the source code of the PlayStation 1 Doom. As you know, for PlayStation 1 there were two releases of Doom. The original Doom, which included the Doom 1 and the Doom 2 games, and then the other release, which was Final Doom with the master levels mainly for Doom. So basically, before we start with the tutorial, you'll find the usual packs in my website, which is gravisoftnet.com. You go to the forum, you register, wait for the email confirmation. Once you're accepted, just go into the thread of this video, and you will find the pack with the necessary instruments. So to start with this video, let's talk about the project. This project is done by this guy, which is BDArj or something. So here you can read all about this project. So it's basically, as I told you, PlayStation 1 and Final Doom reverse engineering project with several fixes and stuff. So once you have the package, you will open the folder and you will find this. Basically, you will download it, the latest release in releases, which is up to today, the 1.1.1. Once you download it, you'll have this executable only, and of course you will need to get the ISOs, not the ISOs but the QBeam files of Final Doom and Doom. So basically, once you have that, you just open the this executable, go into the game disk and choose whatever Q file you're going to use. In my case, I'm going to go with the Final Doom ISO. And here you'll have to, you'll have a lot of options. You can, see that little options, graphical options, full screen, resolution. It uses Volcom renderer if you want, or the original one, which makes the game look more traditional and vintage. Go into the game, you'll have all these little fixes that are already going to be activated, so you don't have to activate it yourself. And if you want more vanilla crappy version, just untick all of these, input whatever, the controls. You can even play with a Xbox One controller if you want, and the audio, you don't have to touch anything about that. Then all the different cheats of the game. And the nice thing about it is that it's not only a source port of the PlayStation, and only you can play it in single player, but also you can play this thing in multiplayer with a functioning multiplayer feature, which is really amazing. So if you want to host a multiplayer session, for example, this computer, let's say, is the servers, the one that is going to host the multiplayer. You just have to select here in peer type, you select server, you put the any random port that you have open in your router. In my case, I'm using the same as the same port as Counter-Strike Half-Life, Counter-Strike 1.6 use, which is 27015. You can use whatever port you want, and if you're the server, you don't have to put anything in host, and you just have to launch the game. All the other clients, all the other PCs, as you saw in the beginning of this video that I was playing in LAN, of course they will have to put client, and they will have to put the local IP of the computer that is hosting. So let's say the computer hoster is something like this. So obviously you'll have to find out by yourself which is the local IP. As always, cmd ipconfig blah blah blah, and you just find the IP4 address. So basically, this is the application. Let's launch it. I'm gonna show you some gameplay real quick. So as you can see, it's the same game. Extra options. You can disable by clicking the button in the keyboard that is next to the 1 number, or enable back the Vulkan render. So yeah, guys, so there was a little demonstration of how it works. It's a pretty nice project. It seems that the latest release of this project was released in June 13. So here you can see all the different story of this project and stuff like that. But that's not only the thing that we're going to talk about in this video. So we're also going to talk about the other project that this guy did, which is really amazing, which is Phoenix Doom. I think that this Phoenix Doom is really nice. It's as impressive as the other one with the PlayStation, but this time around, this one manages to port the 3DO version of Doom into Windows. So it's really interesting. You can play it. For people that don't know, Doom has been ported basically for every single platform ever. But back in the 90s, Doom was pretty challenging to port into those low technology consoles for our time, and the 3DO was a console that the port of Doom was rushed. It was demanded to make the port of Doom in only 10 weeks. So the programmer that did it, which was actually a woman, did it, but due to the very little time available, it was really crappy port. Not because of her fault, but because of the high pressure of the of the company that made her do that. So obviously it's very well known that the 3DO port of Doom is very crappy, as long as in the same tier as the Super Nintendo Doom port. It could have been better. And then you have the Jaguar port, which was also a piece of shit. But this time around, the guy took the 3DO port and made it like an upgrade. He fixed a lot of things. You can read all about it here in the project. Things where he says how the difference to 3D Doom. Here you can see all the things here. He upgraded a lot of things. So we're gonna do a little gameplay also. All you have to do is download the executable, and you'll have to get this doom3do.img file, and once you have it, you will be able to play. So let's see. Let's have a little gameplay, and you will see how upgraded the game was from the original 3DO version. Alright guys, so this was the video about these strange ports of Doom. And just for a little credit, just a little extra, I'm gonna show you this other project which was meant to do the same but with the Jaguar version, which is named Calico Project. Here you can find all about it. It's not as impressive as the others because this one, it seems that the guy tried to make this port as loyal as possible and still not very finished because it's lacking the background music of the main menu. The game itself, during the levels, the original Jaguar version didn't have any music, but it did have in the main menu of the game. Just a little detail that this one still doesn't have it. So it's the same. You just have to have the ROM, which is doom.jag, and once you have that, you can go into the config and configure the different displays, configuration, sound, stuff like that. But it's not as impressive because it doesn't work very well in terms of upgrades of FPS and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you how it plays. As you can see, the gameplay is pretty choppy, but it's playable. But if we're talking about the 3DO and the PlayStation, we couldn't just pass the Jaguar project also. Alright guys, so that's it. I hope you liked the video, and we see each other